person did you wrong. No doubt about it. Nobody's saying that this person didn't do you wrong. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse along with the Emperor in the reverse. So there is a strong masculine energy here, but this could also be your masculine energy that's off whack and off balance. But this was a massive betrayal for you, because I feel like you gave your all to this person, okay? I do. With the Nine of Cups coming up in your energy field, I feel like you gave it your all. And there's a part of you now that is resentful towards you. You hold resentment towards this person very strongly because you knew that you did everything possible for this person to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel loved, cared for, except you might have even gone above and beyond. So it's really pissing you off. It's like, holy shit, universe, what do you want from me? Now, this is where the good stuff comes in, because you did show up as the Nine of Cups. I don't believe that any of this is going to go unpaid for. You have to, I'm getting from now until the 12th of August, you have to pay really close attention to the signs. I feel like the universe is going to be speaking very strongly to you through numbers, through songs. You might get answers to questions through songs. Animals, okay? Birds are a big one. I don't know why I'm getting raccoons, I'm getting rabbits, I'm even getting deer. But there are certain animals, okay, that spirit animals, I'm getting the wolf as well. There are signs from the universe that if you pull back and stop focusing on what you believe you've lost. And why do I say that? Because this person has shown up as the Page of Cups in the reverse. And if we're just going to call a spade here, I think that you saw these red flags eons ago. And you know what? That's not their fault. That's your fault, okay, for sticking in it. You have to take accountability. There were signs that this person, and I don't care how much they bullshit you, I don't care how much they future faked and told you this and told you that. At the end of the day, I believe that you were just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And it was always soon. I'm going to. And then dick all ever happened. Now you stuck around for it. Let's try to turn this story around. Because most people always just think of the one outcome. But there's a lot more going on here. I am not going to stand here and say, well, sit here. Hello, asshole. I'm not going to sit here and say that this person didn't do you wrong, because they did. Okay? They did you wrong. Emperor, Ace of Cups in the reverse. This person definitely did you wrong. But like I was saying in the first part of this reading, you knew this. You knew it. You saw the red flags. You might be studying a lot about yourself right now. And, you know, within all of this, there's no point making it their fault. There's not, because you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about how they act. You can't, from now on, and you never really had control over any of that, okay? The only thing that you ever have control over is how you react in a specific situation. Now, let's try to switch this story around, because most people just want to cry about it and say, well, I shouldn't have done this, the non-victory, la, la, la. Okay, let's move on to what actually matters. Okay, let's move on to what actually matters here, because a lot of you aren't paying attention to the signs. There was a much bigger reason why you needed to go through this particular cycle. And you're like, Catherine, I don't want any more life lessons. Well, you're going to have tons of them if you don't learn from any of them. So you might as well just pack a lunch. Okay. If you don't learn from any of them, you're just going to keep repeating it over and over and over again. So the time is now to take accountability, okay? We have 4 planets in retrograde. Everything inside of you probably wants to just explode. It's in Leo season as well, so let's try to put the ego aside just for a minute, if we can, and see what's actually going on underneath the surface here. Because, well, there it is, 8 of Cups. Walking away from emotional turmoil that has been accumulating year after year after year, or even just month after month if we want to stick to this particular person. But I believe this has been a pattern of yours that has been going on for a substantial amount of time. And you might be surprised that this time around, it's not going to be as difficult as it has in the past. You know, if usually you have suffered for months and months and months, I have a feeling, and if you're right, I'm going to say this as well, if you're right there on the cusp and you're not sure what you need to do, if somebody is, walking all over your boundaries and not caring, and you've told this person a million times how you feel about something, and they're just outwardly disrespecting you and then projecting it back on you and saying, no, it's because you're too nitpicky or whatever it is. Who cares? Okay. The point is, it's all excuses. That's all you hear, just excuses. Fine. What that says to me, it's fait accompli. Okay. You don't want to change. You don't give a shit about my boundaries. Fine. Okay. 8 of Cups. There it is. Walking away from all of that garbage. Okay. You don't have to put up with any of that. And a lot of you, I think, have, stayed in the relationship for too long and given too much. Judgment in the reverse. You guys are forcing yourself not to transform. I don't know. I'm strongly speaking to Scorpio energy, Pisces energy here. Aries is coming to mind as well. And Leo energy I'm getting very strongly also. You can be the game changer here. Okay, you can be the game changer because it's not fair. I'm getting that it's not fair. I'm getting that you gave this person not 100%, 110%. Like you literally gave this person everything on a platter, which might have been the mistake. But you know what? I'm getting that it wasn't. I'm getting that it wasn't because the universe sees all. And I think that this is why you've shown up as this 9 of Cups. I'm telling you, as hard as it might be for you to go through this transition, okay? I'm especially talking to my fixed signs here. As hard as it is to move through that type of a transition and just let go, especially when you've put in a lot of time and energy, and I'm getting money as well and emotions, I'm telling you, it hasn't been for nothing. It feels that way now, but because there's something so much more. You're not letting yourself go through this transformation with judgment showing up in the reverse here, okay? And that's going to be a hindrance. Yeah, this 9 of Swords, we can't get caught in the 9 of Swords. Now, it's important to go through the motions, okay? And to be able to feel things, okay? I'm not saying not to just bulldoze over this and not pay any attention to your emotions, but we don't want to hyperfixate on things that we can't do anything about. You can't change them. You're not supposed to change them. They are the way that they are, okay? And if that doesn't mesh with who you are, so be it. And you say, well, it seemed like it because they mesh with a lot of things. Fine, but you got to go to your core values. If this person is disrespecting your core values very outwardly to your face, it doesn't necessarily mean that they hate you or that they dislike you. They don't line up with it. It's not something that's important to them. And you say, well, after everything I've done for this person, couldn't they at least meet me halfway? Not if they don't care enough. Sorry. My Aquarian, my cusp Aquarius filter there sometimes just sort of goes off. So if it was that important to them, they would have tried harder. It is what it is, okay? They would have tried harder. So that's not an easy pill to swallow. And I realize that, okay? And that's why you're in this 9 of Swords. But, like I'm saying, if you're still in a position where you can at least save a part of your dignity in all of this, I'm walking away. Okay? I'm walking away. That's what I'm hearing. Because there's no point. This person, it doesn't matter how many times I'm getting, the more you repeat this to the person, and the more they disrespect you and just don't care, the worse it is for you long term, because it means that your words mean nothing. Every single time you express yourself, it's as if the other person isn't paying attention, they're not listening, they don't actually really, they're not invested in making that type of a change. I won't even use the words that they don't care. It's just, they don't match. The values don't match. Do you see that? They do not match, and you can't force somebody to be like you. It's not supposed to be like that anyway, right? They need to be who they are. And it sucks when you come to the realization that your core values might not match. But there's more going on here. Like I said before, there's more going on.